What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out. So we're seeing calls quickly amplifying for the removal and arrest of Chuck Schumer after he just essentially attempted to extort President Donald Trump in exchange for Senate confirmation of his picks, guys. And I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Meanwhile, Washington, senators out for recess.
Yes, senators leaving Washington last night for their month-long August recess after failing to reach a deal to advance dozens of President Trump's nominees.
Madeline Rivera joining us live from Washington with the very latest. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning. The Senate held a rare weekend session Saturday, hoping they can come up with a deal to advance some of President Trump's nominees. Senate Democrats wanted the White House to unfreeze federal funding to pass a small batch of the president's non-controversial nominees. But the president thought Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was going too far. He told Republicans not to accept the offer, saying it is political extortion by any other name. Tells Schumer, who is under tremendous political pressure from within his own party, the radical left lunatics, to go to hell. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says while there were many offers made between him and Schumer, Democrats were too dug in.
I'm told that we're going to vote on one nominee every 2 hours for the next, 10 hours, which is fine. That's the way everybody wants to. I'm not going anywhere. That's my job. But it's so pointless. Anyway, that's where we are. That's why I call it organized grab ass.
Are you comfortable with the firing of the BLS commissioner?
I don't know enough about it. I mean, I know what some people have written about it, but I don't know what the facts are. The president said when he did it that more stuff is going to come out. I don't know what, if anything, he's talking about. But before I draw conclusions, I have learned around this place that you need to wait a little bit and hear the rest of the story.
Do you have a sense of what Democrats are demanding? Because it sounds like they are negotiating or at least talking to leaders.
My understanding, and this is secondhand, so it may be unfair, but I'm hearing it from credible sources, is that the president is negotiating directly with Senator Schumer, and that Senator Schumer is demanding money now that only the president can provide.
All right, guys, so we're getting the base level. We're getting the bits and pieces starting to come together in this very bizarre story. We're seeing that Chuck Schumer is essentially trying to extort President Donald Trump in exchange for Senate confirmation of his nominees. And President Donald Trump is not having it. Coming out in a Truth Social post, actually saying that he does not negotiate with domestic terrorists. Let's jump into that. He actually goes into a series of Truth Social posts. We're going to run through them very quickly, see what President Donald Trump is saying. And he starts going in, saying that Senator crying Chuck Schumer is demanding over $1 billion in order to approve a small number of our highly qualified nominees who should right now be helping to run our country. This demand is egregious and unprecedented and would be embarrassing to the Republican Party if it were accepted. It is political extortion by any other name. Tell Schumer, who is under tremendous political pressure from within his own party, the radical left lunatics, to go to hell. Do not accept the offer. Go home and explain to your constituents what bad people the Democrats are and what a great job the Republicans are doing and have done for our country. Have a great recess and make America great again. Oh, but Trump does not stop there on Chuck Schumer's extortionist ways. He continues on in a separate Truth Social post saying that the Democrats are extortionists who almost destroyed our country. Now we are back, and the USA is the hottest, quote unquote, hottest country anywhere in the world. And he's right to say that. Then ends it off saying, make America great again. I mean, we just got to look at, inflation is down, the border's secure, grocery prices are down. We're taking in how much money from the tariffs, and we're back to being respected on the world stage. President Trump is exactly right in saying that we're the hottest country in the world right now. We got Nick Sorter reminding us of how things went in prior administrations, tweeting out saying the Democrats allowed President Barack Obama to make 32 recess appointments, no problems, no questions asked. Republicans have decided to, however, block President Trump from making any recess appointments. The Uniparty is alive and well. And then to make matters worse, we're seeing Chuck Schumer trying to lie and cover this whole thing up, placing the blame on President Donald Trump, saying that he's the one who sent GOP senators home. This coming after he tried to extort the U.S. taxpayers and President Trump for over $1 billion.
Donald Trump attempted to steamroll the Senate to put in place his historically unqualified nominees, but Senate Democrats wouldn't let him. In a fit of rage, Trump threw in the towel, sent Republicans home, and was unable to do the basic work of negotiating. Is this the art of the deal? Posture? Cajole? Stamp your feet and then give up? This says it all. Donald Trump tried to bully us, go around us, threaten us, call us names, but he got nothing. And he walked away with his tail between his legs.
And at this point, Chuck Schumer's lost all credibility. It's went out the window. You can't believe but one thing coming out of this man's mouth, saying that President Trump threw a fit and sent GOP senators home, which is not the case. If Trump was mad about anything, it's the fact that you just tried to get over on the American people, our taxpayers, and President Donald Trump. He's not going to allow you to walk all over us. And real quick, I just want to flash back to a clip of Chuck Schumer being dishonest. If this guy, trust me, if this guy is talking, he is lying. This is him trying to lie about President Trump's newly proposed $200 million ballroom. He says it's going to be taxpayer funded. Quickly debunking that is our lovely White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt.
Here's even something more confounding. Some breaking news. Just now, the White House announced construction of a $200 million White House ballroom that will begin in September. A $200 million ballroom. Where'd this money come from? Did Congress appropriate it? I don't think so. It's almost like Doge was never about waste at all.
President Trump and other donors have generously committed to donating the funds necessary to build this approximately $200 million structure.
So we can clearly see where the credibility of Chuck Schumer lies. It's almost non-existent. He doesn't stop there, though. He takes the lies to X to try to cover up the extortion job that he just tried to carry out. And he says, let me clear up what happened. Donald Trump attempted to steamroll the Senate to put in place his historically unqualified nominees, but Senate Democrats wouldn't let him. All right, Chuck Schumer. But thank God for our Republican congressman coming out to quickly correct Chuck Schumer. Actually, Tim Burchett replying to Chuck Schumer's tweet saying that you asked for $1 billion for your agenda, and Trump said no. It will be interesting watching AOC primary you. Oh my, what a jab. AOC is definitely coming for Schumer's spot as the minority leader. Then we got Mark Wayne Mullen chiming in, also replying to Chuck Schumer's tweet, saying laughable. The truth? Chuck Schumer tried to extort President Trump for over $1 billion in liberal pet projects, even to speed up over 50 bipartisan nominee confirmations. Trump told them to pound sand, and rightfully so. I mean, this is the wrong way to go about it. Trump's like, hey, we're going to get this thing done eventually. We don't have to cave, bend the knee to old Chuck Schumer. And then we got Congressman Mike Lee coming into the fold, saying the same exact thing. This thing is going to get done. We're going to get our confirmations, whether you like it or not, old Chuck Schumer. We're not going to bend the knee to your demands. He tweets out saying that President Trump has appropriately turned down this proposal from Chuck Schumer, suggesting we just go into recess rather than accept the Democrats' ridiculous offer. We would get these nominees confirmed either way. While I wish it were happening right now, and it should be, we will get them through. Although today's delay is a setback, I'm determined to make it a temporary one, and Mike Lee is swiftly acting on the case. Senator Dan Sullivan also coming to us with a reminder that the Senate has a long tradition of confirming president's nominees in bipartisan packages by unanimous consent. For Trump's second term, there has been 0, and he breaks it all down.
So I just want to explain a little bit what's going on here, because we have this unprecedented blockade by the Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, that's not good for the Senate as an institution. By the way, all the Democrats know that. It's not good for the country to get the president, his people, confirmed to help run the government. And Mr. President, it's never been done before. What do I mean? So the way the Senate works, it's a really important chart here. The way the Senate works is when we go to confirm nominees, you know, cabinet officials and very important nominees, some who are controversial, some who aren't. A lot of times the Senate moves because there's so many of them with a package of nominees. We usually take a big package, it's negotiated, and then they come to the floor as a package agreed to by leadership, and we do what's called a unanimous consent request. We don't vote on each one. It might be a package of 100. And the majority leader will say, I move to unanimous consent to confirm these 100 nominees. This happens all the time. This has been happening for hundreds of years in American history. Guess who stopped that tradition? The current Senate minority leader, Senator Schumer of New York. Now, why would he do that? Look at these numbers. In George H.W. Bush, during his first term, 98% of the people confirmed for that administration, Democrat, Republican, were done by this unanimous consent model. We'll package them up, we'll bring them to the floor, we do a unanimous consent, they're all passed. Nobody objects, okay? And this is the way you do it. Clinton, so remember, this is cooperation. You need Democrats and Republicans in this great institution, the United States Senate, to do this, to help the government work. Okay, President Clinton, same thing, Republicans did unanimous consent requests. 98% of the people in the Clinton administration, not civilians, not the generals and admirals. George W. Bush got a little smaller, still 90%. So the Democrats worked with George W. Bush to confirm all their nominees. Obama, Republicans worked with President Obama to confirm 90% through unanimous consent, big packages of nominees to get confirmed so the government can work. Okay, President Trump's first term, a lot less, so all of a sudden the Democrats are saying, we're not going to cooperate as much during Trump 1, but it was still, Mr. President, still 65% of the nominees were packaged up, brought to the floor, unanimous consent, let's move them. Did that, okay? You know, so there was a little bit of like, hey, you didn't help President Trump too much. So with President Biden, it was less, but it was still way more than half, almost 60%. President Biden's guys would come here, hey, we don't want to get all these guys confirmed. We Republicans said, all right, well, let's put it in package. Let's look who they are. All right, we'll confirm 100 here, 100 there, okay? Almost 60% of all Biden nominees were confirmed in that way. Unanimous consent, quickly. A lot of times before the August work period, we'll get big packages done, okay? So that's American history. Look at the number for President Trump's second term. Can you see that? I want the American people to see that. 0. 0. 0. Like, what the heck is Senator Schumer doing?
So we can clearly see that there has been a shift, a transition, a change. What we've seen from prior administrations, they're not allowing any of Trump's nominees to, get that confirmation that they need. We've got Mike Lee here drafting up a resolution, tweeted out saying that I've drafted a concurrent resolution of adjournment, one that would allow President Trump to use his power under the Constitution to make recess appointments. I believe we've got the votes to pass it. Dems can either stop delaying or face recess appointments. Either way, we will win. Why don't you guys check it out?
We've continued to have delay after delay, and we'd rather get these people confirmed. Senate Republicans are ready, willing, and able to stay and get that done. If they don't want to, though, we got another way around this. I've drafted an adjournment resolution, one that would allow President Trump to invoke his recess appointment power. So if this is the way the Democrats want to play, they might not like the result. Either way, we're good. We just want to get President Trump's nominees in place, and we intend to do it. We're going to win.
We just seen Mike Lee with an adjournment resolution that could have potentially allowed appointments during the recess. We got Nick Sorter also here with a breaking news tweet just the other day saying that Senate Republicans are also seriously considering adjourning the Senate and letting Trump make recess appointments. It's all coming from Politico. Nick Sorter then saying, just do it. No more negotiating with Chuck Schumer. Just do it. It's up to you guys. And then right after that, we see that John Thune announced, Rhino John Thune, we point that out, Rhino John Thune just announced that he will block President Trump from making any recess appointments by keeping the Senate technically in session after tonight. And this was on Saturday, stopping President Trump from filling roles while the senators are away. Now, you may find yourself wondering why John Thune, a Republican himself, would do something like this to block Trump's nominees from being confirmed. But the answer is very clear. This guy is a Rhino. We got Mila Joy here doing a little deep digging, saying that the only reason that Thune was elected to leadership is because he is a McConnell puppet and he hates our presidents. Remove this guy. And then she does a little bit of a flashback here to a tweet, a prior tweet. This is a 2016 tweet, actually, coming from Senator John Thune, that Donald Trump should withdraw and Mike Pence should be our nominee effective immediately. And this was before the 2016 election. So this guy, John Thune, has had it out for President Donald Trump since before, way back when. We're going to end this off on some good news. We have to have a little bit lightening up of the mood. We're seeing that they're trying to stop President Trump. The confirmation of his nominees every step of the way. We got a breaking news update. This one coming from our friend Benny Johnson that we got one through. We got the Senate officially advancing Jeanine Pirro's confirmation as President Trump's U.S. Attorney for D.C. Excuse me, and that's great news to hear. I mean, we got one through. I mean, one's better than none, right? Then we got Judge Jeanine Pirro following it up with a celebratory tweet, tweeting out saying, I am blessed to have received a Senate confirmation vote this evening of 50-45 to be the United States Attorney for the District of Columbia, the largest United States Attorney's office in the country. Thank you to those senators who supported my confirmation, and DC, get ready for a real crime fighter. Oh my goodness, I'm on the edge of my seat with the Judge Jeanine. She loves to get things done, so I can't wait to see the great work that she's going to carry out through her office. And then, of course, would be right if old shifty Adam Schiff wasn't shaking in his boots. Of course, he is raging at the idea of even confirming Jeanine Pirro as the DC U.S. Attorney. And tonight, he's back at it, raging on X because she got confirmed.
I mean, even her own people on Fox thought she couldn't be trusted to be on TV, on their own network. And after the show was briefly taken off the air, Fox News producer Justin Wells described, they took her off because she was crazy. Optics are bad, but she's crazy.
All right, so this is a little flashback clip. And of course, Adam Schiff actually following this up after the confirmation of Jeanine Pirro. Adam Schiff tweeting out saying, a sad moment for the Senate and the country. Republicans just confirmed Jeanine Pirro as U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. Yes, the same Jeanine that even Fox News said was crazy and had to take off air. How can they vote to confirm these people? Schiff, just get ready, bro. Just brace yourself for impact because you know it's coming. That's the only reason why he's panicking, because he knows it is coming. And now we're seeing folks on X weighing in on Senator John Thune's betrayal of the Republican Party. We got Wall Street apes here tweeting out saying people in Congress who blatantly go against their voters should be instantly terminated. We're all so sick of this. And that's the truth. I mean, you voted in to serve these folks, and now you're saying that you're going against everything that's right, everything that the party stands for. It doesn't make much sense to me. Then we got CNN having to admit it, that President Trump is actually unfazed by all these attacks. It's not doing anything but making him better, making him greater. And folks across the nation are waking up to these attacks on President Donald Trump.
That kitchen sink strategy isn't working so well. Actually, that's not fair. It is working. It's working well for Donald J. Trump. 2 impeachments, 4 indictments, endless investigations, constant carping about Trump, and condescension toward his supporters. At some point, it all blends into background noise, such that when something truly egregious happens, like the firing of the person whose job it is to track labor statistics, nobody pays attention. The outrage loses its edge, the tree falls, and the forest shrugs.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness. Talk about another crazy update. I mean, Senator Chuck Schumer trying to get away with an extortion job of President Donald Trump and U.S. taxpayers over $1 billion in exchange for the Senate confirmation of Trump's nominees. That's just not going to happen. I'm so glad we see President Donald Trump standing strong. True leader with a backbone. He's not going to sell his people to old Chuck Schumer. He should have knew better than this to try to come at this angle of attack on President Donald Trump. He's not weak. He's not feeble. He's not going to bend to the threats of these loonies on the left. That's why we voted this guy in. And either way, Trump's nominees are going to get confirmed. So we'll just take the slow and steady route. It would have been nice to get them confirmed, but we can see that these loonies on the left are once again showing their true colors, and it's not doing anything but helping President Donald Trump in the long run, because it's waking folks up across the nation to the way they're trying to attack his administration and his agenda and everything that we voted for. But guys, definitely hop in that comment section. Comments are open. I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking on this one. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.